Hey guys, Brent Build Show. I'm very excited to be sharing this classical information with you. This is the secret sauce of building. And over the coming weeks and months, we're going to be diving into the classical system, the traditional way of building and how it works, okay? In preparation for this, the reason you're getting the teaser is I don't quite have all the parts and pieces yet. I want to thank my sponsors, Cucum Brothers, for sending a bunch of trim that we're going to be using, designed their line of moldings. Those guys get it, right? I want to thank Chadsworth Columns, Jeff Davis, thank you very much. Appreciate you sending your stuff. Decorator Supply, Mark, thank you for sending your stuff, and we're going to look at some of that in here in a little bit. But in preparation for this, it's really over the last month and a half, I've really been trying to put together this information. Now, what I've done is I have here the Doric system, the Doric order in 3 heights. I got it at 8 foot, 9 foot, and 10 foot. Now, I'm doing that because you guys are always asking me, how tall should my moldings be? What height should my chair rail be, right? Those things are answered here. They're all in here. All the secrets are right in here. And we're going to get into that. I'm going to show you that. The other thing I'm going to show you is that I've got these 3 orders, right? Corinthian, Ionic, and Doric at 10 foot tall. Now, I've got a sample wall, and over the coming weeks, we're actually going to build moldings on here. We're going to put doors on here. We're going to trim them out. I'm going to show you how to do better things with moldings, right? But this is my teaser, so I can't show you those things yet. But the reason I want you to watch is because we're going to be digging into good moldings versus bad moldings, heights of chair rails, picture rails, what it is, how it works. We're going to be looking at this system very closely and analyzing what's happening here. For instance, you'll notice that, I got to do it on this short one because I'm not tall enough, that the neck of the column, okay, is lined up with the beam. This is one of those things that too many people screw up, and if there's one thing I can, well, 2 things that can take place and can happen here over the next coming weeks and months, is that you would stop putting your column underneath the beam, right? It's always in line with the neck of the column. The beam is in line with the neck of the column. That means it doesn't get shoved under, it doesn't get collapsed underneath the beam, right? 2, the height of your chair rail, okay? It's never, look at me, never 36 inches, okay? You have to have, 15 foot tall ceilings for it to be that tall, right? And so often I get in fights, bloody fights with carpenters about the height of the chair rail. It's always 36. It's never 36, okay? And we'll look at the historic precedent for that. Now, I do have some toys that my friends have begun to send me. This is from Decorator Supply. Woo, how about that one, huh? I've got some Ionic things, Corinthians. I've got an attic base, right? Now, an attic base, you actually see it right here on the Ionic, right? And as well as in the Corinthian, it's a double base, okay? That's what it's called, an attic base, right? Ionic stuff. Now, look at these 2 moldings, right? Here's a base molding, right? 3/4 inch, put on the wall. Here's a Georgian molding, okay? We're gonna go into Georgian moldings and why they look the way they do. Look how big and beefy that thing is, right? If you want to punctuate an opening, if you want to start doing things with moldings that other people aren't doing, you're gonna watch this series, you're gonna get a lot out of it. Now, I've got a bunch of stuff from the ICAA. Now, if you aren't a part of the ICAA, you need to be. ICAA is the Institute of Classical Architecture and Art. Join it, okay? You're going to learn so much stuff. I'm watching their classes all the time. It's a great teaching organization of how all of this stuff works. But my point is that there's a lot of bad moldings. We're going to be looking at what bad moldings are, right? Here is your palette, right? Here is your language chart for how moldings are put together. You got plane surfaces, concave, convex, and then compound surfaces, okay? Some of the moldings that are in molding catalogs right now are a joke, okay? They don't belong. And we're going to be talking about good moldings versus bad moldings. Now, a couple books you can read as you're getting ready for all this. John Summerson's book on classical language of architecture, really good. The problem is, guys, is that there isn't a one book that just explains everything, and there's especially not a book for craftsmen and carpenters of how to use the system. There used to be in the 20s. Audell's put something together that was really good. That was in another one of my videos. Elements of classical architecture. Really good information in here. Good teaching stuff about how these things go together, what the historic precedent for this stuff, the size of moldings. Robert Adams' book on classical architecture. We're going to be looking at some of those prints and things. Realize I didn't invent any of this. I have been a learner trying to figure out how these rooms go together as a craftsman. Okay, Thomas Gordon Smith's book on classical architecture, another great book. But this isn't the Brent rules. This is the Greeks and Romans who invented it, and they perfected this system that we're going to be looking at. We're going to be studying. So, next few weeks we're going to be going through the classical system. We're going to study how it works in a room, paneled walls, entablatures. We're going to dig into all that, and then we're going to go on a hike through American architectural history, Georgian, Federal, Greek Revival, Victorian, Arts and Crafts, Period Revival, all those different molding styles. And we're going to put moldings together in each of those rooms so that you can understand it, so you recognize it, and so you can reproduce it. Follow me on Instagram, Millwork Homes on Facebook. This is going to be a great, fun time. We're going to learn a lot. Looking forward to having you with me. See you next time.